Hello guys, and welcome to a new Star Division 2 video today by me, Vulcan. Today I have for you a 10 versus 10 on Tannenberg, and today I'm going to be playing with the 2nd New Zealand and the balanced deployment type. Always good to come back to Tannenberg. It is a beautiful map, and you can see that the game is already underway. We're going to be taking control of this right side. My staghounds here zooming up the road, already scoring a kill, which is exactly what you want to see. I also have a couple of these Spitfires. I'm going to be bringing these in. Now there is something special about this game, and that is that we had extra points at the start. So we had 850 points, and the income was also set to 1.5 times, which for a 10v10 is kind of crazy. You think you can play this as a 4v4 map, let alone 10v10 with extra income? Like, it's crazy. Anyway, I thought it would be good fun, so we put it together on the stream. Everybody joined in. It was great stuff. If you do want to catch the streams where I'm playing these games, twitch.tv/VulcanHDGaming, come along, check it out. It's good fun. Tiger, going to be taking a shot at my stag count, get that into cover nice and quick. One thing that's really nice about 10v10 is you can really concentrate on a small area. So if you are new to the game, I would definitely recommend playing 10v10 first in order to get used to playing multiplayer, because you'd be surprised how well you could probably do, especially if you can beat the medium AI. That is another kind of benchmark that I always say. If you can beat medium AI, then you're good to play multiplayer, because most people play more conservatively than even the medium AI does. So anyway, stag count, going to be finding and engaging the 251-10, but the 251-10 has really good rate of fire. 17 pounder is going to be kind of clutch there and land its first shot. Usually these 17 pounders with 45% accuracy don't hit the mark very often. That is 45% accuracy at 2,000 meters range though, so technically because the 250-10 is closer, it's going to be closer to like 50-55%. Focke-Wulf coming over. I was really expecting that to get shot down, but it did manage to get away because we do have a lot of AA at the start. We got two of these Polstons. We got I got a Bofors, another Polston there, and I believe Sturmsource also had a Bofors. So yeah, with double Bofors, triple Polston. You didn't expect things to die. Anyway, my Hoplites are making good ground. My 17 pounder is going to get hit by what is a not a Rheinwerfer. The other one, a Vielfachwerfer. Those Vielfachwerfers, you can tell it's a Vielfachwerfer because they barely pin and they barely do any damage when they hit. They can pin infantry over time. You can see when the rockets land nearby, it does pin them down, but because these are 3-star veterancy due to commander leader combo, you know, it's no problem and barely going to take any damage. But so far, so good. 17 pounder's done a good job. German 3 is pushing through here. We've managed to more or less clean out the infantry on the right hand side. Middle of the map, things are a little bit tits up at the moment, as we did lose that flag, but Grim Guy's coming to save the day with his off map. Black Commando is going to be trying to take that back in the meantime. So Carrier 30 Cal was just running across the open to help try and kill some of these Ersatztruppen. I wasn't too concerned if it died. The information that it gave me by being shot at is more than enough. 6 pounder though does manage to get a cheeky shot onto the SDKFZ 10-4, so that was nice. I did buy 2 or 3 Spitfires at the start, so killing this AA was actually super important. Sherman 3 going to be able to take out the Flak 38 as well. And the interesting thing here is Prep Fighter with the SDKZ 11 Flak with the 20mm gets the double combo, and then Arnold Schwarzenegger was bringing in the 10-4. Imagine if that was actually the real Arnold Schwarzenegger. That would be funny. He plays Steel Division 2 in his own time. That'd be awesome. Anyway, 6 pounder. Going to be firing at the Panzer IV here, and do manage to get a shot on target. Churchill 4 still has line of sight though, after my 6 pounder is pinned down, and so I believe it does take it out. One on the left, King Tiger. I think my 17 pounder got a side shot on it, so it did get damaged, as you can see, which is really, really good. And meanwhile, this 6-pounder on the right is now engaging the Tiger. So all sorts of stuff going on, and trust me, it's going to get more crazy because, again, we're on 1.5 times income. So there's only going to be more and more units arriving on the field. Did manage to kill the Tiger here, that was really good. I brought up a few mortars now as well. And we're getting into a good position to put pressure on this flag. Now on this right hand side, usually it gets stacked quite a lot, and what ends up happening is people will push on this flag really hard, because if you lose this flag then it's really hard to take it back. But since I managed to get up to here, they're in a similar position. It's just they've got this massive chunk of light cover that they can advance through, so it's not as hard for them. Anyway, the guy who was playing the 21st, I think either dropped or left just now, so his King Tiger's going to be YOLOing forwards and engaging Stem Sources. Churchill 5, what a shot that was. Churchill 5 going down to the King Tiger. It may be in the AI's hands, but the King Tiger's still deadly if you stand in its way. That's for sure. So the triple mortar's just kind of chilling. The reason I haven't unloaded them yet is because I might want to move them forwards. I am making quite a lot of ground right now. I'm even like able to get close to their mortar. So I was trying to take a shot at that. The Humber Mark IV was really, really close to engaging it. Yeah, just waiting for the fourth one. Then I can move that over, start engaging stuff all at once. And that can get the job done for us. A nice artillery coming in though from these 107mm mortars. Lemon Squid giving us nice mortar support. Got more mortars over here as well, providing some smoke. My hoplites did manage to use the smoke to get across to this tree line, and I'm going to be trying to push through here. Previously we saw a load of ersatz, so I was convinced that my hoplites would be able to kind of push through and finish things off. That was good. 17-pounder, pop in the SDKFZ, and the Sherman 3 is just trying to engage a lot of the infantry there. Nice kill by Stem Source, going to be getting the driver kill onto the Churchill 4, which means it's not going to get away. And I'm going to go for the kill steal there, and I managed to get it. Always have this thing where we try and kill steal from each other. It's just a thing that happens on stream with the people that I regularly play with. Anyway, 81mm mortars are going to be firing away towards the SDK Z11 flak and the 20mm that's there next to it. I actually managed to kill both. It was a really, really successful artillery strike, and the Ersatztruppen are forced to fall back. Meanwhile, the Vielfachwerfer, I believe, was targeting the Polston here, ended up getting rockets really close to my 3-inch mortar. This Focke-Wulf went pretty deep, but my Bofors was kind of blocked line of sight wise by this tree line, unfortunately. So it is going to get away. Those Focke-Wulfs can be really, really tanky. Hoplites getting into position here though, and with more Ersatztruppen on the way, well, that's fine for me to deal with. And that Pack 40 right next to me gets taken out, so that's a good chunk of kills that we get in here on the right hand side. German 3 now moving up to support. And if you guys have watched my games against Attack Power, if you haven't, definitely go check them out, they're great games. But you might have noticed in the second game I played 2nd New Zealand. That was actually because I played this game on the stream before I played those games. So, yeah, that's what ended up happening. Anyway, 17-pounder here is actually in a kind of nice position to aim up the road. I do have line of sight on this 257. We're going to be trying to take that out. It does notice in time though, unfortunately for myself. The Sherman is able to move up and kill that. I prioritize shooting the mortar because it's harder to kill than the Panzer IVs. Like, the Panzer IVs are always going to be in line of sight and like in risky positions, whereas the mortar can always sit out of line of sight if it's smart. But Panzer IV does go down to 17-pounder. And with the extra veterancy, these 17-pounders can be pretty good. Like, without veterancy, 17-pounders can be really bad sometimes because they are very, very easy to see. Like, you can see the 6-pounder has exceptional stealth. This 17-pounder has only very good stealth, so it's easier to see. I think it's technically larger as a unit as well, which does also affect whether or not it's spotted. And then with the low veterancy, the rate of fire is not that good compared to like a 6-pounder, which has 12 rounds per minute rate of fire, and the accuracy is not that great either. So you can see the accuracy is less than a 6-pounder as well. But with extra veterancy, you're pushing that up to over 50%, and then you have a chance for those 50-50s, plus the 170 mils of penetration. Meanwhile, trying to get more units across here on the left. Digger Leader was giving me the veterancy, but got killed off by the Battlegroup. I'm trying to get the mortar fire down there to help out, and I've also got more Bofors on the way. Right, Sherman's now moving aggressively and helping take care of the infantry engagements here. And also, Sturm has this AVRE. And we will keep an eye on this throughout the game because it's very interesting how he uses this. Or Sherman's going to get blasted by the Tiger there. As he got way too close for comfort. Technically, the motorized rifles could probably get a little bit closer there and try and go for the Piat, but likelihood is it would just miss. I have now brought up these MGs. These are going to help me take care of the Battlegroup there. Meanwhile, the mortars are firing at the SDKFZ 10-4. Excuse me. And we're trying to take that out. Just get rid of this AA here best I can. Because without the AA, I can then bring in the Spitfires, and since I've already cleaned up the AA on the far right side, Spitfires are coming in for the bombing strikes, and we're going to be able to pin down some extra units. But check out the triple Focke-Wulf there. Double Spitfire goes down very quick indeed. And this is where the income starts to come into play. Since most of these decks are like balanced and Juggernaut, in the late game, this can get pretty crazy. Right, Staghound looking for the shot onto the Panzer IV. Managed to find one penetration. Looking for the second, but does manage to get into cover, and this Panzer IV covers it off. So at the moment, AI is just kind of pushing forward super aggressively. And then we have like Prep Fighter on the right hand side, he's trying to hold on as much as he can against our push on the right. And this has obviously relinquished this flag for the time being. Meanwhile on the left, Maximilian's done really well getting up here. He's playing with the 126th Gornos. Moving into cover there nicely, backed up by McShab and his 3rd VDV. Meanwhile here, I did actually just miss it, but the AVRE used its spigot to kill the Tiger. He did a fire position out of cover in order to kill it. So that was nice and smart there. Digger's looking for the kill onto the Panzer IV. Sherman's engaging another Sherman at range. And would you look at that? A Piat hit. That's crazy. Okay, both his lines still moving forwards. Mortars currently chilling, and I've got 3 Shermans on the way. I think the last time I did a video on the 2nd New Zealand division, I used a lot of these Shermans. I think it was on like Pleshchenitsy. We did a huge Sherman charge, but today we're going to have engagements that might just top it. So keep an eye out. Both is going to be killing off a Panzer IV. That was the Panzer IV I believe that I'd already done damage to with the Staghound. So the Bofors actually managed to kill it, which was awesome. Now I've got to deal with the Grille on this road though. That's going to be pretty rough. But I'm having to continue to go around the right because there's the 88 here. We see the King Tigers out in the open all the time. So yeah, going around the flank is basically what I'm doing. Panzer IV is going to go down. And another of the enemy players leaves. I believe he was getting kind of trashed on this left-hand side, so decided to throw in the towel. Gila gonna get taken out. Thankfully my Sherman's found line of sight. With the commander plus the leader, these can get serious redundancy, but I think I have most of my Shermans actually coming in at 2 vet anyway, so that allows them to aim super fast, and their reload time is really fast as well. Here comes some enemy counter battery onto my mortars, and that first shot, a little bit of chunk there onto my 81 mortar. I really shouldn't have had these mortars firing next to the Sherman. This is a bad idea. Like, I'm just gonna say it. Don't do this, guys. Don't give away the position of your teammate's commander. In this case, maybe a little bit of trolley move because it's stem source, but otherwise gonna be mortaring the 88mm to stop it from engaging my Shermans here. And in order to avoid that in the meantime, I'm just going to be kind of reversing away from it and then moving into cover. So going to be pinning that down at least, if not killing it. And then I'm going to be going for the SDKZ 10-4. And again, just trying to get rid of all this AA so that I can bring in the Spitfires again that I've had for most of the game. Although 2 of them did get shot down by the Focke-Wulfs, but I do have other aircraft in this division, of course. So I've got the snipers arriving to provide me with some recon. But here we have the Tiger, which is going to get killed off by a very nice long-range Piat from Stem Source. 2 Panthers still there though, and the Sherman's going to penetrate one of them at close range. That was really, really good for me. What I'm going to do now, we're going to engage in full Fury mode and spread out the tanks to flank the Panther, but then I realized there's even another Panther, so I'm going to need my other Shermans, so I'm going to wait for these 2 Shermans to catch up. Meanwhile, the Churchill here goes down. Stem Source is going to put his spigot forwards and hit the Panther here. I managed to get a side shot onto one of these Panthers. Now we're going to charge forwards. Here we go, the heroic New Zealand Sherman charge. Panther A for Sherman. Looking for the second Panther now. Going to be finding it with the side shot. And now we're going to have to fall back because the Panzer IVs have arrived. Hoping to trade with the Panzer IV at least, but I bounce with the second shot. Absolutely devastating. Nice kill though from the Mosquito onto the Panzer III. We do kill the Panzer IV leader. And I'm going to be able to escape with 1 full health Sherman and 1 half health Sherman after killing all of those Panthers, and it just turns into absolute carnage in here. This light cover was just nuts. Another Panther going to be going down there as well. Crazy, crazy stuff. So because the income's so high, our opponents can like afford all of these Panthers like really easily. A double 17-pounder is going to take out one of the Panzer IV Fieros in the open. These are the AI's ones. The ones in the light cover though were from a player. He was trying to coordinate a strong Panther push through the light cover, but we managed to break it down with the Shermans. It was really, really awesome. It's currently sitting at 15-9 on the map, which is good. We managed to reclaim the middle. The left side's just doing better and better. Helmmark's managed to push through now all the way to this objective. So yeah, great stuff. King Tiger's not really holding the ground. Unfortunately, Panther D does come up, kill off the Sherman that was already half health. So now I'm going to be bringing up some Staghounds. So that's one of the players that surrendered, now actually left the game. There's still a reasonable amount of people left in here. And we're just starting to move forwards again with the Staghounds into the light cover, hoping that I can achieve what I achieved with the Shermans with the Staghounds. Only issue with the Staghounds is they really don't aim as fast. The nice thing about the Shermans is their turrets rotate very quickly, so they aim really fast. So when you have extra veterancy on them and they're super accurate, you can actually just continue to drive and hit your target 100% accuracy. It's kind of gross. More Shermans on the way. It's time to do it again. 17-pounder coming to support in the open. And pretty much since I wasn't seeing any more of the King Tigers and stuff for now, I figured that I could probably just kind of attack move these 17-pounders across the open in order to clean up a lot of medium armor and other support units like that SDK of Z10 for. They do have the destination of this light cover here, and also this heavy cover on the left, so it's not like they're going to stay out in the open forever. Do manage to get a penetration there with the Staghound onto the Aufklärer Panther D. But one thing that the Staghounds don't have that the Sherman has, other than the aim time, is in fact health. And, well, Staghounds can get one shot by Panthers. But pushing aggressively there, do manage to take out an Aufklärer at least. I stopped the Sherman. I don't really want to be engaging the Panther like that unless I can get them both to engage at the same time. The Panther does get the better of the Staghound. Meanwhile in the mid, it's going to be big old Focke-Wulf strafing run. AVRE looking for the fire position onto the Panther there. Technically it is damaged, so he has a good chance to kill it if he can get a shot close enough. My Sherman's arriving down here. You can see I'm going to give them the order to spread out and then move into the cover. Mortar fire now coming down onto the position of that Panther. Not sure if I ended up killing it with the mortars, but the AVRE might have also got it if it stayed there. Wasn't entirely sure. So in the mid, we have lost 2 flags. They've done really well to push through here. The high rank noob player doing pretty well against Flak Commando. Lots of yaks coming in. Here on the right, artillery does come in and counter battery my mortar finally. 2 2-star Bofors, no chance for the Focke-Wulfs. I've also got this Bofors on the far side as well. It's in a pretty bad position. I probably should have moved it up. My J-Dog is going to do a McDrop and fall out the game at this point. He was on our team. We're mildly now moving up with the Sherman 3s. And we're going to be getting into a position where we can take on the Panthers once again from close range. Every time we kill one of these Panthers with a Sherman, it's like 150 points for 80 points. So we're trading very efficiently when we trade 1 for 1 like we were before on that Panther engagement, which was really, really awesome. Spitfire. Going to be able to find the BF-109 kill, but we'll likely go down for that. And now Flak Commando is like asking for lots and lots of help in the middle there. 17 pounder. Looking for the shot onto Whitman. On this right hand side. And we managed to kill him. Whitman down. He's a goner. Right, Sherman's getting into position. If I got off mapped here, it would be absolutely devastating. It would have been so bad. But check out this on the left side. The Bostons coming in one by one. All of the P-40s and the Hurricanes there. 17 pounder does find line of sight onto the Panther there. We landed 1 shot already. Second one's going to bounce. And Panther, 2 Panthers. Bounce the first shot. Unfortunately, I'm not from this like line of sight. I'm not really getting any side shots, but it does allow the Piat to come up here and take out one of them at least. And this one being gun jam, that's kind of bad. Another Piat gets the kill onto the Panther there. And well, with both of those dead, it's time to move up. And I mean, we can just inspect the carnage even more. You just go through this light cover. There's so many dead units. And we're going to be running down. Excuse me. The commander, the Aufklärer Panther D dies, like all of the infantry in the open just get slaughtered. We even kill the Vespa further back. But this Panzer IV is going to be an absolute chad and kill a couple of my units from range. But once again, a really nice engagement through the light cover there. Big thanks to Stem Sources rifles with Piats actually hitting the mark, which is rather remarkable, to say the least. Like, Piats are never normally that reliable, because they only have like a 50% accuracy. Right, 17 pounder anyway is going to start popping units on the road, and then our opponent here on the right is going to surrender. So that's pretty much it. So it's more or less a matter of holding the line now against the AI, and then also whoever decides to help. So in this case, Yaman's coming in with all of these Focke-Wulfs. I may have this many, like, but both is here with 2 of them being 2-star. It's not enough to really do too much against that. We do manage to kill one because I focused it down, but almost all of those got away. It would have been really bad. And mortar shells coming onto the reinforcements here now, and you can see that the MCNVJS guy has also brought some reinforcements here. So it's a bunch of AI with a couple of players supporting, and we're just trying to maintain our position. In the middle, big air battle. Yak's going to be taking out the Focke-Wulf. Spitfire again coming in and engaging these aircraft. Lots of bombers going over on the left hand side. Got the Marauders coming in. These are the Marauders with the 20 45 kilogram bombs. They're actually not that good. IL-2s in trouble with the BF-109s coming up their tails, but AA is going to do the job. That's a lot of 25 mils unloaded there. Grim guy covering the skies for us. Very nice indeed. I mean, well, on the right, just going to be holding my position, and I do have a bunch of 25 pandas on the way. I was going to set up a little arty park here. Since I had loads of spare income, I just bought them all in at once. I was floating quite a bit, I will admit, in this game, but that's mainly because we've already secured this light cover and these flags, and there's not really much point in me like investing much more into pushing here. Like, we can counter push his pushes, but that's about it, right? We don't really want to take this ground because it's pointless. We'd want to take this one in order to help win the game faster, basically. So more and more units coming into the light cover of doom. The Sherman 3 taking out the Guerrilla. Piat misses its Piat shot. Is this one going to hit? I was going to say, of course it isn't, but it did. It actually did. A 17 pounder as well, looking for a kill onto this Panther, and does find it. At that range, it's kind of hard to miss. So, Sherman really doing its job nicely. Right, now there's 2 3-star Crusader AAs and the Bofors, even though this one doesn't fire very much. And that is, of course, going to take down that Focke-Wulf nice and quickly. Another Guerrilla going down. Almost kills my 17 pounder. Sturm's coming in with the Typhoons now though, and the Focke-Wulf's going to try and help out, but does get hit pretty hard there. And it's going to go down. So now we have that kind of like critical mass of AA, where units, if they come in on their own, are definitely going to get shot down. But things in the mid, not looking too great. A lot of Stugs and Tigers. Wasteland Scout here doing pretty well, pushing through. Like, their mid did really well. The left just fell apart because the guy left, and then I think this guy also ended up leaving because these guys pushed up loads. It's a really good job by McShab, Hellmark, and Maximilian on that side. And then we've also had Arnold Schwarzenegger and the prep filer guy leave. And now we're kind of up against MCVNJS. My 25 pounders are going to be attacking the King Tiger. 17 pounder unfortunately went down, so not going to be able to use that. But artillery is very, very effective against King Tigers. If you're ever having problems dealing with King Tigers, or even like Sturm Tigers, like anything big that moves slowly, just arty it. Like, it will die eventually. You can see that we've definitely hurt this King Tiger, and down it goes. to that artillery. So that's the King Tiger to add to our tally. I'm going to be targeting the Wirbelwind. And since we do have radio, these things are going to die relatively quickly. Landstreck though does come in, and the Sherman 3 is going to go down. Now our support is going to end up crashing or something, unfortunately. And we lost one on our side. 25 pounder is not going to be successful this time, as my opponent does fall back with the Wirbelwind. I do have more Bofors, by the way, now. I did bring up a couple more. And that ME-109 is going to go down very quickly indeed. Even more ME-109s coming in. It's just like the AI, just suiciding planes. One in the mid, it's looking like absolute carnage. Look at this town. I'm zooming in there, it's making me lag. The reason it lags so much when you zoom into towns is because it renders all the damaged buildings all at once. But yeah, so much destroyed here. Crazy. So what I'm doing now is setting up a couple of these Sherman 1Bs so that I can engage in all of this infantry that's running across the open. Got some infantry that's going to be able to come and join on the right hand side here. We also managed to kill a Stück there. Oh, that was because I brought in the Spitfires, I think, and bombed it. Yeah, we just bombed the Spitfire in the middle to kind of give these guys a hand in trying to push back. But now the team's 16-8, only 5 minutes left on the clock, and we're putting our artillery focus onto the flak filling here so that I don't lose my aircraft next time I try and attack in the mid. It's really nice that the New Zealanders get the MG42. Like, it's such a good... The MG42 squads are so good. And the New Zealanders getting it is really nice. I spot the Wirbelwind kind of just chilling again, so going to go for another artillery strike on that. Piat is inevitably going to miss the Tiger. I'm going to move across the 17 pounder to try and engage it. 17 pounder can clearly penetrate from this range. It's just a matter of whether or not the Tiger will spot the 17 pounder in time. In this case, it's not going to, and we're going to be able to penetrate it. Wirbelwind does go down, but I'm now starting to be counter-batteried as well, as you can see. Even though their front line is falling apart, they still have some arty, surprisingly. There'll probably be a player that is doing well in the middle, for example. The thing is with arty in Steel Division 2 is quite often, like, if you pressure someone enough on the ground, they won't be able to get enough arty up because they'll have to keep reinforcing what you're killing, basically. Another kill there onto the Panther D with my artillery, and these 25 pounders really start putting in work. Another ME-410 getting shot out the sky. And yeah, just because there was like because there was so much income, you could just see how much stuff is just dead everywhere. It's just crazy. Look at this. Wolverine, Shermans, Tigers, like just units in both directions just getting destroyed. Like, so much destroyed stuff. T-34, Stug, T-70, BA-10M. Like, it's just so much. It's so much. The 17 pounder is trying to get in a position where I can engage the Sturmpanzer. Currently my Sherman's backing off though, because it was shot at by it. Both his did end up getting popped there, unfortunately. Here goes, 17 pounder. Looking for that line of sight. Just going to find it. Decide to commit for the second shot and hope that I can kill it before it fires. And we managed to get it. Nice kill. Very good chance that that might miss. At least for me. I think it was probably like a 60-70% accuracy maybe. and yeah, it could have easily whiffed. Thankfully, RNGesus decided not to punish me today, and now there's only 2 minutes and 10 seconds left, and that JU-188 was very, very overzealous, trying to come in and take out our units here. Ends up paying for its life. My infantry not lasting too long here though. I should have brought in my own Piet armed infantry so that I could have dealt with the Tiger at range just like Sturm was doing. AVRE gonna be killing another Tiger. So that's what it looks like, guys, when you use these correctly. The AVRE in the light cover, doing very, very well there. He's basically just using it to fire position. So he's selecting it, he's just pressing T whilst he's just out of line of sight of the Tiger, so the Tiger can't see that coming. And I'll tell you what, that thing has like 30 damage, I think. Oh no, it's 14.5 damage. Pretty damn good. Make that explode next to someone, they're not going to have a fun time. 81 more mortar. Going to be helping to pin down the corner here. It's the last one I've got left. I also picked up all my 25 pounders and started moving them because I was constantly being counter batteried here. One thing I actually did notice is that you can't pick up your artillery with supply trucks that are partially pinned. Anyway, since it's almost the end of the game, 30 seconds left, what else to do but a Boston bombing strike? So bringing in all my Bostons here. Bombs away. Lots and lots of AA. I'm just hoping to break open this area. One of my Bostons does go down, but I do kill the Pack 40. And I'm hoping that I killed or at least pinned down the units in those areas. And that is it. That is victory. Yeah, the main reason that I wanted to show you guys that game was because of those Panther engagements with the Sherman. It's a lot of fun to do those sorts of things where you just like charge at sort of heavier tanks with medium tanks. It's always just a right crack. And we ended up getting 6,171 kills to 3,420 losses as well, which is a lot of kills in what was 37 minutes. And that's mainly because of just the pure amount of units that are on the map. Like, this is so much stuff. And my 17 pounders were cleaning house. Like the Panther D's going down, the Sturmpanzers, like this one killing like the Tiger and the Panzer IV there. The Digger's also doing well with the Panzer IVs, like getting those Piet kills is really nice. Sherman 3 getting Panther A's in there as well. More 17 pounder kills. And at the end, the Bostons did kill a few things. Obviously, the 25 pounder killed the King Tiger, but that's when it wasn't playing controlled, so it's not as good, but still. Fun game. Fun 10v10. And you got to mix these in, right? I've been playing a lot of Steel Division League lately, and just mixing in the fun stuff on the channel. Hopefully, you guys enjoy it. Thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.